Hello everyone, welcome back to the question answer discussion series. So today's question is related to chemistry, and the question is, which of the following is a dicarboxylic acid containing compound? A choice succinic acid, B choice malic acid, C choice malic acid, D choice malonic acid, and E choice all of the above. So let's come to the first choice. So first of all, what is a dicarboxylic acid compound? What is the meaning of dicarboxylic acid containing compound? As the name indicates, there will be two carboxylic acids. So this is the carboxylic acid functional group. This is the COH. RCOH is the carboxylic acid functional group. So there will be two carboxylic acids in that compound. That is called as a dicarboxylic acid compound. Now coming to the first choice, that is succinic acid. The succinic acid is basically a dicarboxylic acid compound, and the structure look like so. This is the structure of succinic acid. There are two carboxylic acids, COH, CH2, CH2, COH. Okay, so there are two carboxylic acid separated by two carbon atoms. This structure is called as succinic acid. Now in this succinic acid, so this is the functional group COH. So this carbon is actually the alpha carbon. Okay, so if you attach a hydroxy group, to that alpha carbon atom, this particular carbon atom, the structure would become like this. Okay, so we just attached a OH group to this alpha carbon CH2 group, so it became CH, and this is the OH group. So the structure would become like this, and the name of this compound is called as malic acid. This is malic acid. So malic acid is the hydrated, or you can tell that it is alpha hydroxy. I have attached a hydroxy group, so it is alpha hydroxy succinic acid. Okay, so this is also a dicarboxylic acid because you can see a COH group here, So malic acid is also a two carboxylic acid containing compound, that is dicarboxylic acid. Now malic acid is also, the ionized form of malic acid is called as malate. This you might have studied it in the biochemistry, that is the Krebs cycle or the citric acid cycle, or the TCA cycle, tricarboxylic acid cycle, Krebs cycle. Malate is one of the intermediate in the Krebs cycle. Okay, so malate is the ionized form, and the parent compound is called as malic acid. So both succinic acid and malic acid is a dicarboxylic acid compound, dicarboxylic acid containing compound. Now in this malic acid, if I remove this OH from this carbon and one hydrogen atom from this carbon, this would become, so if I remove one OH and hydrogen, that will be removed as a water molecule. The structure would look like this. There will be a formation of double bond between those carbons, and it would become like this. So I have just removed OH and hydrogen from here, and this it is removed as a water molecule. The compound would become like this, and this compound is also a dicarboxylic acid compound, and this is called as malic acid or fumaric acid. Malic acid or fumaric acid. So this could be either malic acid or fumaric acid. Now what is the difference? I will let you know now. So this is the structure of either malic acid or fumaric acid. There is a double bond between these two carbons, whereas in succinic acid there is no double bond. It is a saturated compound. The unsaturated form is called as the malic acid or fumaric acid. Now let's move to the difference actually. So once again I am drawing the structure of that unsaturated dicarboxylic acid. So as I told you, this could be either malic acid. Don't confuse with the malic acid. The spelling is malic, M-A-L-E-I-C, whereas in the case of this structure, this was malic acid, M-A-L-I-C. Okay, now let's understand about this malic acid, or it can also be called as fumaric acid. Now what is the difference? Now if the same groups, like that is the carboxylic acid, is on the same side of the double bond. Now if you look at this structure, the same groups, like carboxylic group is on the same side of the double bond and hydrogen is on the same side of the compound. So this is a cis compound, and cis compound is called as malic acid. Whereas in this compound, if this same groups are on opposite side, for example carboxyl groups are on the opposite side and hydrogen is also on the opposite side. Now if you look at this compound, the COH are not on the same side, they are on the opposite side, and hydrogen is also on the opposite side. So this is a trans compound. Now the trans form of this compound is called as fumaric acid. So this is the difference between malic acid and fumaric acid. Malic acid is the cis form, whereas fumaric acid is the trans form, and both are dicarboxylic acid containing compound. There are two carboxylic acids. Now coming to the next other dicarboxylic acid containing compound. So apart from this thing, you take this example, tartaric acid. Tartaric acid is also a dicarboxylic acid containing compound. The structure of tartaric acid is like this. So this is also a dicarboxylic acid containing compound. 2 COH is there. So this is called as tartaric acid. So apart from succinic acid, we have studied about succinic acid. We have talked about malic acid. We have talked about malic acid. We have talked about fumaric acid. Apart from this, tartaric acid is also a dicarboxylic acid compound. Now a few more compounds which contains dicarboxylic acid. Let's start with the other examples. So COH. So this is called as oxalic acid. So this is also a dicarboxylic acid containing compounds. 2 COH is there. Now in this oxalic acid, so this structure is oxalic acid. Now if I introduce one carbon atom between these two carboxylic acid, this is called as malonic acid. So if I introduce one carbon between these two carboxylic acid, it will become malonic acid. Now between the COH, if I introduce two carbon atom, which we have already discussed, this is called as, yes, we have already discussed, this is succinic acid. So it is also a dicarboxylic acid containing compound. Now if I, in between this carboxylic acid, if I introduce 3 carbon atoms, this is called as glutaric acid. So this is also a dicarboxylic acid containing compound. The difference is that between this carboxyl group there are 3 carbon atoms. Now between this COH, if I introduce 4 carbon atoms, so between this carboxyl group, if I introduce 4 carbon atoms, there is COH, CH2, 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 4 carbon atoms. This is called as adipic acid. Now if I, between this carbon atom, if I introduce 5 carbon atoms, so I am just writing it 5 times, CH2 5 times, here it was 4 times, here it is 5 times, this is called as pimalic acid. So basically oxalic acid, malonic acid, succinic acid, glutaric acid, adipic acid, pimalic acid, they are all dicarboxylic acid. You can remember this mnemonic OMSGAP. Oxalic acid, malonic acid, succinic acid, glutaric acid, adipic acid, pimalic acid, they are all dicarboxylic acid. Apart from this, tartaric acid is also a dicarboxylic acid containing compound. Apart from this, malic acid, fumaric acid, they are all dicarboxylic acid containing compounds. So these are a few examples for compounds containing 2 carboxylic acid, that is dicarboxylic acid compound. Now let's come to the choice. Question, the succinic acid we have already discussed is a dicarboxylic acid containing compound. Malic acid is a dicarboxylic acid containing compound. Malic acid is a dicarboxylic acid containing compound. Malonic acid is a dicarboxylic acid containing. So the correct answer for this question would be E choice, all of the above. So hope you understood this question answer discussion session. Keep on watching. Thank you.